Man, I know it's my job to talk about this sport, but I unfortunately was not watching any hockey yesterday. I mentioned in the last video that I skipped out on Vancouver-Seattle because I had my own ice hockey game to attend to, and I also skipped out on Detroit versus Carolina because my floor hockey playoffs started yesterday as well. We got eliminated in the first round. Unfortunate. But today's video is technically a double dip because we are going to be talking about the guy that we had spoken about in today's first video, but I wanted to give a more Red Wings-centered angle to it all. Because this loss to the Carolina Hurricanes yesterday, 5-2, was met with a very brutal calling of the outs by Red Wings head coach Todd McLellan. We're going to get into that, as well as the latest on Detroit and Elias Pettersson in this video here, so stick around. But as you had seen, the Red Wings lost 5-2 to Carolina. I'm not happy about that as a tertiary Wings fan, but my guy Shane Gostisbehere did get 3 points, so that's a very big help for my fantasy hockey team. Here are some of the comments made by Todd McLellan after yesterday's showcase. When asked what the team needs to fix going forward, Todd McLellan changes the subject to call out his players. We have some guys right now that are just jerseys, eating up minutes and not doing much else. Man, the way he says it in the video clip too is so matter-of-fact. It's so confident. It's so, yeah, I'm going to make this statement, and nobody's going to have the ability to tell me that I'm wrong because you can't. We have guys that are just jerseys. They're just showing up, skating around, they're doing cardio, and that's it. We need more from everybody. Brutal comments here from Todd McLellan. And I wanted to go out there and read some of the replies as well, because there are a number of conversations on Twitter and on Reddit that just dive into Red Wings fans' sentiment about this. Timon says that Todd McLellan gave JT Compher the second most time on ice on forward. Stone Cold Steve Yzerman says, I'd assume to try and wake him up, or somebody he expects more from up a bit. Jay Burke says Emmett Finney comes to mind. I can't remember the last time he had a point. Some replies to this tweet say that, yeah, I can't believe he's still getting trotted out there night after night. I understand he is young, but there comes a point. Samuel is a little defensive here. He's a rookie 7th rounder, D-bus. Get a breath. The simple fact that he is an NHLer is close to a miracle. LOL. Finney has been awful for months, but you know who else has? Dylan Larkin. Now that's a pretty bold comment there too, but it's just Twitter, so we can continue on over here. McLellan is right. Too many passengers on this Red Wings team. They look lifeless. Some need to be in the press box, like Compher, Rasmussen, Appleton. These guys are absolutely useless hockey players right now. Simon Edvinsson gave up the first 2 goals. Changed my mind. Trade Cop, trade Rasmussen, problem fixed. He's not wrong. Bottom 6 is dreadful. Yada, yada, yada. Let's go out there and read the subreddit and take a look at some of the comments over here. I love that he doesn't hold back. The top comment says. Another one says, wow, that is a brutal call-out. JT Compher, pack them bags. This is the straight talk that we need. In Todd we trust. I keep saying it, but man, it sucks being in the Atlantic this year. And the Wings' remaining schedule ain't easy. Time to find out what they're made of. The thing is, the Red Wings are in a very difficult division this season. They are 8th overall in the National Hockey League, just outside the top of the top. But because they're 8th and because they're in the Atlantic, they are still technically 4th in their division. This is a wildcard team right now, people. Despite the fact that they are a top 10 team in the National Hockey League, they are a wildcard team, which is honestly kind of mind-blowing here. And Todd McLellan going out there and not holding back on his team, being the truthful head coach that he is, it's kind of a breath of fresh air here for Red Wings fans, right? Not to say that Derek Lalonde wasn't worthy of being trusted or whatever, but just to say that this is a coaching sentiment and an unabashed, unapologetic personality that we have seen pretty much for the first time since never before with Todd McLellan, and I think it's a pretty big breath of fresh air. And I think the biggest thing as well is, hey, he's absolutely right. I don't think anybody can look at the performance from yesterday and say that, yeah, this was a very good game. Like, no, things weren't really all too well, and I think a lot of fans can agree that there's some shaking up needing to be done here. And the question now opens up as to whom it is could potentially be the catalyst of that. Let's jump ship over to Vancouver Canucks forward Elias Pettersson, $11.6 million center, and what Bruce Garriock went out there and posted about earlier this week too. We are told the Detroit Red Wings have been aggressive in their pursuit of the 27-year-old Elias Pettersson. Top comment here says they should have been aggressive for Quinn. Another one says they can't even land Tyler Myers. And then Scrub Daddy gives some optimism towards this idea. As a Detroit Red Wings fan, this is the type of gamble you gotta take if you want to win a cup in Larkin's window. Do you risk paying $11 million for a 60-point guy? Yes, but if he gets his game back, that's massive. I hate to break it to you, Scrub Daddy, but EP40 ain't even a 60-point guy anymore either. He's on pace for 51 points, and last year he had scored 45. I do think it's reasonable to assume that under the right circumstances, Pettersson can get up to 60 points in a year again, but that's not really the bar, isn't it? I would say that for Canucks fans, if Mr. 11.6 were to become 11.6 caliber once more, the bar wouldn't be 60 points, the bar would probably be like 80, 85. He had 89 points in that playoff year that Vancouver had. Really fell off in the second half of that year, and then the year after, that's when everything went haywire with JT. But Elias Pettersson, a guy who once was a super dynamic, creative, offensively dangerous, lethal goal-scoring, power play, assist-making threat, is a total shade of his former self. And the last video on this YouTube channel goes into all that and more if you're curious. But if the Detroit Red Wings are not letting up, they are aggressive in their pursuit of this guy, I do think it opens the door to some interesting possibilities for Detroit, assuming they're able to get a Pettersson trade done. Let's say it's Pettersson and Tyler Myers, heck. They're interested in that guy too, right? So why not maybe get both and double the price in exchange to Vancouver's side? You can be shelling out a whole bunch of extra picks and prospects, and Vancouver will gladly take them up and swallow them whole. Elias Pettersson heading over to Detroit, though, given second-line minutes and given a less valuable role than what he has in Vancouver, maybe that's what he needs. And I say that fully knowing that Elias Pettersson in the most recent game against Seattle only played 14 minutes, didn't see much ice time on the power play, and wasn't even a 6-on-5 empty net option for Vancouver. Things got really rough for him yesterday, but a change of scenery could be nice for the guy. Who really knows? With that said, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Elias Pettersson as an aggressive Red Wings trade target? And how do you feel about Todd McLellan straight up calling out his guys, saying that there are players that are just wearing jerseys and not actually contributing much? Who do you think he is talking about? Who needs to go? Who needs to fix themselves up? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on. And bye.